8 minutes.
I know. I love that. That's my favorite number, so that's how I had the impulse to come up. I would like for you to, in the best way that you can with words, describe to me that indescribable appreciation that you have for me.
Well, your words were perfect because you said in the best way that you can with words.
Yeah.
Because there is so much to the vibration of beingness than words, isn't there?
Yes.
So much more. Words are bulky and awkward in comparison with pure translation of energy. You know that feeling of loving somebody so much that you feel like you're just going to turn inside out?
Mm-hmm.
That feeling that you just couldn't explain to them if you tried forever and ever and ever to put it into words.
Yeah.
And you actually innately know that if you tried, they'll run into the
They'll
woods
mess
because
it
they
up.
just can't take it. Nobody wants to listen to that much.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to hear that much. And so we are talking about vibration, aren't we? We're talking about an infusion. We're talking about a transmitting and a receiving of vibration. We're talking about a meeting of a signal. And don't you find that all day, every day?
I do.
Isn't that really what you want to hear from us?
Feel it, mostly. I want to feel it from you.
You know what's really funny about this? This morning, Esther sat visiting with Jerry. You know about Jerry? Jerry croaked. Esther loves Jerry so much, and he made his transition about 4 years ago. So she was visiting with him this morning, and she could hear very clearly what he was saying to her. Very clear transmission to her. And she wanted to say to him, I want this to be enough, but it isn't quite. I want this to be enough, but it isn't quite. And then the feeling of energy sort of swarmed her. She could feel him all wrapped around her. She could feel his energy moving through her. She could feel an intensification of her sense of well-being. She felt clarity coming into her mind, and she felt love swelling in her heart, and she felt resistance releasing as tears sort of softly washed down her face. And then she said, that ought to be enough. She said, that ought to be enough. That ought to be enough. So why am I reaching for words when I've got that? Why am I reaching for words which is stepping back from that?
That's what I wanted to hear too, because
Yeah.
it's the vibration, and I get glimpses of it sometimes in my dreams where we don't need words anymore, where it's just about thought transference and vibration, and feeling that feeling is what I wanted to elicit from you. It's more about the feeling than it is the words.
Consider it this way. Let's say that you're having a relationship with someone. Now, we're going to relate it to your inner being, but for now, it might be easier to think of it as a boyfriend, as someone that you're enjoying being with. And imagine being with this person for a very long time, and all of the continual, loving, respectful, playful, leading edge conversations and behaviors that you experience together over a long period of time. In other words, feel the longevity and the balance and the perfection of that. And now try to cram that all in one moment, and try to get the fullness of all of that love and all of that life right here and now, and feel kind of the overwhelmment of that.
Sure.
And then understand that the love of source is with you in your awareness of the butterfly that's fluttering by, or in song that has been playing and you just came into conscious awareness of it, or something that you saw while you were driving and looking somewhere else and your eyes were drawn to it, or your rendezvous with someone who said just the right thing at the right time. Feel that what this love that you're reaching for at this stage of receptiveness that you're at, it's not going to get bigger enough that it blows your hair off or singes your eyebrows. It's not going to be like that. It's the steady, consistent, never-ending, always present sense and awareness that things are always working out for you. Don't try to compress it into something that is so extraordinary, so much more extraordinary than anything that you've ever lived. Esther had a dream about Jerry before they were together. She knew him, but she was not with him. She was not even thinking about being with him. And in her dream, she was lying on a sofa or something, and he clearly came into the room and just softly kissed her on the cheek. And in her dream, there was an explosion of love and an explosion of energy and an explosion of well-being. And Esther went back to bed every single day, sometimes took a nap in the middle of the day, and tried to make that dream come back, because she had never felt anything as amazing as that felt. Well, that was her inner being, knowing that they were coming together, giving her sort of advanced announcement, and most of all, setting the vibrational tone for her to know what she was reaching for. So that's sort of what you're asking for. You want that knowing of what your touchstone is, your touchstone of vibrational frequency. And we want you to know that we're giving it to you all day, every day. And it's your job to get in the receptive mode, as you are so often. So feel it in its consistency, not in its bigness. Don't look for quantum leap. Enjoy the natural evolution of your tuning yourself to the frequency of who you are, and then witness the effect of that on everyone with whom you interact and everything that is coming to you, and your moment-to-moment experiences. In other words, the richness of life, the joy of life is dependent upon that alignment. You're doing extremely well. You're doing extremely well. This is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.